Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Over the last couple of days I've been working quite a lot on Cricut Design Space and I've had a couple of updates that have come through. The latest one being this morning, which was 7.33, which came through when I was working on something on Cricut Design Space. So I thought I'd share with you today what the new items are that have come into Cricut Design Space. So if we come up the top here and we just click on the three lines, come down to what's new, there's a couple of things that are new on here. When 7.32 came through, I think it was Sunday, I didn't bother to do an update video because there was only one thing that came through as being new on it, so I didn't really think there was much point in that. The other thing that has come through new on here, at the bottom of the what's new now, we've now got links to the release notes for each of the latest 3 updates. You can also scroll down here and go back absolutely yonks to all of the new stuff that's been released over the time. This is probably going back 18 months, at least 18 months there with that. But these are the 2 things that we're going to be looking at today in this video. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright then, so first of all let's look at 7.32. So it says T is for text. We should all keep better track of what we said and where we said it. Now you can quickly identify every text specific layer on your canvas. Just look for the T icon to edit specific text boxes. Simply expand the layer. So this is basically for when you've got a project on the screen. Let's go to my stuff and pick up one of my latest projects. So these are a couple of cake toppers I made this morning, and these have got several layers in them. You've got a couple of offsets and 2 text layers. So if I click on this group here, you can see it's this Ava one, and you've got T here and T here. Now those are the 2 layers that that new 7.32 update is talking about with the text specific layers. So this basically shows you, if I click on that there, I can actually double click into there. And I can rename that, so I could change it to Gem and rename it. It doesn't change it on the screen, it just gives it that different name, so I won't change it for now because I don't need to. And then obviously the 6 is also a text specific layer. All the other layers in there are offsets. I've got my pink offset, so my red offset, and then I've got my black one as well. So that's what that's talking about. It's just really a new way of identifying your layers and seeing where things are within your projects. The last feature then that came in with 7.33 is the new and improved matte preview, and what Cricut have got to say about this is as follows. Because sometimes a little reorg would just make everyone happy, now you can select, move and hide multiple objects on the matte preview screen. Just click to select the objects you want, then reposition or hide as desired. Tip: to fine-tune their position with micro adjustments, use the arrow keys on your keyboard. Now I think this is going to be quite a useful one, and I'm going to show you how this benefits me particularly. So if I just go to my stuff, and I'm just going to pick up a project that's got multiple cake toppers in it. So let's go for this one. And just click on customize to get it onto the canvas. So this particular project has got 4 of my neon cake toppers in it, as you can see here. Let's just make that zoom out a little bit, and it's got this random H here because I obviously needed to cut another one of those, so I'm just going to hide that. So all these cake toppers are here, and what I would normally do to ensure that I am maximising my space on my cutting mat and using up all of my material effectively, I tend to try and get everything onto the same screen. I'm just going to hide this one for now because I usually work in 3s. So if I go through to make it, you're going to see everything's going to come through onto all the different mats. Now I've got these 2 here and then the white mat there as well. I've got a red one, the orange one and the yellow one. So what I normally do in order to save me having to set up 7 mats, what I do is move everything around. So in this instance, let's grab all of these yellow ones. So before this update, what I had to do was select each happy individually and click on the 3 dots here, and then move that object up here to the orange mat, for instance. Now what I do is put all my happies at the bottom, and then I'd have all my names at the top. So let's go back to the yellow mat. So now what I can do, instead of having to do each one individually, I can just get my mouse and drag over both of the items that I wish to move, and then I can click on this and move the object to the orange mat, click confirm. Everything is there. The only thing that I think Cricut haven't done that they should have done was made it so that when you are moving stuff around, when it moves to the mat that you're moving it to, it should stay highlighted like it was with the box around it, rather than it just dropping off that highlight and leaving everything there, because you'll see that everything just came up like over the top of one another. So then I've got to click on that individually to move it. It's a little thing, but it's something that they could have done. I'm going to show you again what I mean with that. So if I click on these birthdays here, I'm just going to select all of those so they're in that big box there. Let's click on this and move object. We're going to move that now to this green mat. Click on confirm. As you can see, it has only selected the green layer that was there originally, which is this one, rather than those three. So if I wanted to move all of those down to the bottom, I'm going to have to click on them all individually to select them. I could, I suppose, just move this one and stop being so picky, but I think it's a feature that should have come through with this update. The last thing that they said on the information was to make the micro adjustments, and that is literally just clicking on something and using your arrow keys. On a Mac you have to hold down your shift key as well. I'm not sure about that on Windows, but you can just press down your shift key, use your arrow keys, and it does move them very slightly. Personally, I wouldn't say that's a micro adjustment, because I think that's moving it quite a lot. Just trying to see if there was any other way. Oop, no. Just trying to see if there was any other way of doing it, but that is as micro as it gets, which I think is actually probably about 5mm, which personally I don't think is a micro adjustment. I can make smaller adjustments with my mouse, just taking it slow. So that is it for these two updates. I hope that you found this video to be useful, and if you have, don't forget to subscribe, drop me any questions, comments that you've got down below, and don't forget to hit the like button. I would love to see you again for another video, and I'll be back really soon. Take care, bye!